guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I color my roots at home. Something you guys may not know about me, but I'm actually a natural blonde. I know it sounds kind of hard to believe. Most people don't usually believe me when I first tell them, but I was born with blonde hair, so when my roots start to come in, they come in very light and look ridiculous. I also do work at a salon, so I'm very fortunate enough to be able to get my hair done. I don't always like bugging the girls that I work with to do my hair like every other week, so typically I will get it done like once a month, and then in between those times I will do it myself at home, usually like every other week.
So I just want to pause this real quick, and I know, not a very flattering spot to pause this, but I just wanted to say that it is absolutely not necessary for you to color your hair that often. I just honestly can't stand the slightest bit of my roots coming in just because my hair is so dark. Most people only get their roots done like every 4 to 6 weeks, and there are also other ways to conceal your roots in between touch-ups without coloring your hair. So I just wanted to add that in there. Okay, back to the video.
Just because of the contrast between how dark my hair is compared to what my roots are, it's really ridiculous, and even like the slightest bit of root coming in bugs the crap out of me. And normally I can see regrowth within a few days of coloring my hair, so I do have to do it pretty often. And when I do it myself at home, I don't do my entire root. I do what we call a T-line, which is just pretty much where you part your hair. I will do it a little bit further over, and then just the hairline in the front. When I do get it done once a month at the salon, they will do all of my root, but at home I will just do pretty much like where you would be able to notice it, because I wear my hair down pretty much all the time. The products that I do use in today's video are professional salon products, but they are accessible to anybody. So I will link down below where you guys can get them. I also will link down below some more cheaper, affordable products, because I have been coloring my hair for years, even before I ever worked at a salon. So I know that there are more affordable products out there that honestly work just as well. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing how I color my roots at home, then just keep watching.
So this is what my regrowth looks like, and I think this is like 3 or 4 weeks, and typically I would never go this long, but for the sake of the video, I waited a little bit longer just so you guys could really see how ratchet my hair looks when my roots start to come in. The hair color I use is by Goldwell Top Chic, and it's in the color 4N, which is a very dark brown, pretty much black. And then I use that with the 10 volume Goldwell Top Chic Developer Lotion, because we are only depositing color, not lifting, so you don't need anything higher than 10. This is a Goldwell color measuring bowl that I got off of Amazon, and you can honestly just use any mixing bowl, but since the color I'm using comes in a can, the only way to dispense that is from this little spout on the bottom of the bowl. Then you're going to need 2 color applicator brushes. So first I'm taking the developer and pouring about 20 cc's into the bowl. This measurement really depends on how much of an area you are going to be covering with color. And then as you can see, the top of the can, there's a little spout. I don't even know if that's what's really called, to be honest, but it just kind of hooks onto the bottom of the mixing bowl, and that's how you dispense the color out of the can. I also measured out 20 cc's of the color so that the mixture is both equal parts. Now before I start, I'm just brushing my hair just to detangle and making sure that there aren't any knots. So where I start applying color is where I normally part my hair, because this is where the color will sit on the longest, and this is the area that I'm most concerned about covering. I'm just loading up my brush and applying the color right down my front part line. Then with the other color brush, I'm just using that to section off my hair. You can honestly just use a tail comb. You really don't need a second color brush to do that. And basically, I'm just continuing that process by sectioning off my hair as far over as I want to go. I don't ever part my hair over too far, so I'm only going to go about 1.5 inches over from where I parted my hair initially. And I should also probably mention that wearing gloves is definitely a smart idea. I usually try and be careful, but somehow color always manages to get on my skin anyway. I honestly couldn't find a pair of gloves anywhere when I did this, so I'm not really setting the greatest example, but I definitely suggest wearing gloves when you do this. Also, keep in mind you want to make sure you're applying enough product so that your roots are saturated with color completely, especially if you are covering grays, because gray hair tends to be very stubborn. So it's honestly okay if it starts to look a little messy. That is what the color remover is for later on. And also, another thing that I thought I would mention, some people start off by doing the hairline first, But for me personally, I find that when I do that, it kind of makes everything like a little bit messy and it just makes it harder to section off my hair. So it's really just a preference. You can honestly start wherever you want. So I went over as far as I wanted on that side. So now I'm locating my part where I first started and I'm continuing the same process on the other side. Now on this side, I didn't go over nearly as far as I did on the other side because if anything, I would only ever part my hair further over on the left, not anywhere on my right side. So this area, I really don't need to cover much. Then lastly, I'm covering my front hairline. Like I said earlier, I do like to do this last just because it's a lot easier for me. And this is the area where the color sits on for the least amount of time. And also your forehead won't get stained as badly either. Then once that's done, I will go back in and look around to make sure all the areas I wanted to cover are saturated with color. And then I will take the top layer in my back section and just make sure that there's color applied in that area. I have found in the past that when I did not apply color there, that sometimes the roots are very noticeable when my hair is down, so I just like to apply some extra color back there just to be safe. So once I'm done, I will put my hair up and wait for it to process. The processing time is typically like 30 minutes, but I do like to wait a little bit longer just to make sure the color really takes. They say that after like 30 minutes, your hair stops processing and it's kind of pointless to leave it on any longer, but I don't know. I kind of just like leaving it on for like 40 minutes. Then to do my brows, I use a mascara wand to apply the color because I find that it saturates the eyebrows better than using a Q-tip. So I basically just brush it back and forth on my brows and then I'll twist the wand a little bit just to make sure that I get most of the hairs covered. And then after 40 minutes, I shampoo it out, and what I use to remove any color that stained my skin around my hairline and on my eyebrows is this color remover product. I got it at Sally's and it's really cheap. So I just pour a little bit on a makeup pad and gently scrub it off. As you guys can see, my skin is pretty sensitive, so it gets a little bit red. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I totally forgot to make an outro, so here is a before and after of my hair, and wow, you guys, look at that difference. Honestly, there's just something about having freshly done hair. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to some of you who may be curious about doing your own hair at home and just, you know, like just saving money and not having to go through the hassle of going to a salon and just spending a ton of money when you don't really have to. So if you guys have any questions, honestly, do not hesitate to ask me. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video.